hesitate. Tanya. Suicide. It says here, 3rd attempt. Determined, weren't you? Love? Love is such a stupid emotion. I hate to see such a pretty girl go down there. At least not yet. I'd like to help you. I have an idea. You could be my messenger.
Messenger?
Yes. We have rules here, too. You see, suicide is a special case. And I'm sure that you'll be looked upon more favorably if you take this job.
Do I have a choice?
Of course, the choice is entirely yours. You'd have to go back. Up there.
No, I won't go back.
Do you realize what is down there? Go look. See for yourself.
No.
I thought you'd change your mind. Now, all you have to do is deliver something for me. If you succeed, we'll take your case before a special tribunal. You see, your crime is different. You only sin against yourself.
And what am I doing here? I've hurt no one.
That will be entirely up to the tribunal. Actually, what you'll be doing is delivering to your society up there a passport, a ticket. One way, of course, for them to join our society down here. We try very hard to make it easy for them to join us. It's like a big country club. Sometimes our gifts are unusual. As you can see, this is a camera.
Looks like an ordinary camera.
Oh. That's where you're wrong, my dear. You will find that nothing is ordinary from down here. You'll deliver this to Mr. Donald Powell.
What has he done to make him a candidate for this place?
It isn't what he has done, my dear. It's what he's about to do.
How do I find this, Mr. Powell?
Well, there's the address. We'll furnish the transportation. You deliver the gift.
That's it. Good girl.
This is the 28th photo you took.
Oh? I didn't count. Besides, you're being paid by the hour.
This isn't included in the fee.
Don't be coy with me.
You have a wife.
Not since last week. Besides, why should a guy get cooped up just because he paid $2 for a marriage license?
Did it hurt?
I should have warned you about Lover Boy.
I'm being paid to work.
I'm not going to work anymore today.
It's up to you, Don, to work or not. But I'm getting paid. Aren't I, Charlie?
Sure. Now get out of here.
Coming?
Come on, get out.
Okay, okay. What's the rush?
Don, you need a rest. You're overworked.
I feel fine, Charlie.
Why don't you go away for a few days? But don't take a girl with you.
Everybody running my life?
Well, you need somebody to run your life.
Charlie, you make enough money off of me. What do you want me to do?
Go up to Maine, to New England. But only with your camera. Take photographs. Rest. Change the surroundings. Find yourself again.
I'm not lost, Charlie.
If you don't take a rest, I'm afraid you're going to be in trouble.
With whom? Women? They're fine trouble.
With yourself. You're working yourself up into a full-size nervous breakdown.
Oh, rot.
Oh, get away and come back rested, serene, clear-eyed.
Hey, let me take your photograph, will you?
Stand right next to the horse. Here like this. That's right.
Hello. I'd like to talk to you. Why don't you let me take your picture? Look, I'm a professional photographer. You've got features I've never seen on another woman. I haven't offended you, have I? All I want's a photograph. Don't be afraid of me.
Don?
I'll be out in a minute.
Don?
I'll be right out.
Why didn't you call me when you got back?
Coming.
Nice work. This is art, not photography.
All I do is press the button.
You're using the camera like an artist a brush. Look at this old man and the horse. Two old pals having worked together all their lives, now grown old together. the matter with you, Don? You never used to drink before 6.
Don't tell me what I should do and what I shouldn't do.
I thought you'd come back rested, less nervous. What's bothering you, Don?
You and everybody else.
Hmm?
Look, Charlie, if you're going to take my worries, you only take 10%, huh? Now, be a good boy and go off and leave me. I'm tired.
At 3 in the afternoon?
Yeah, do I have to stick to convention about being tired?
Oh, I don't want to bother you, Don. I only came by to tell you that World Magazine wants to do a spread about you, 16 pages. The work of the most famous photographer of our time, Don Powell.
What are you doing, Charlie?
In your absence, I even picked out the pictures. I got the Wagner galleries for the exhibition.
What's the matter, Charlie? Don't you make enough money off of me?
But, Don...
You tell me to rest, then let me rest.
But, Don...
Look, I don't want all this publicity. I don't want to be plastered on gallery walls. I don't want to be published in millions of magazines.
You're still sick.
Okay, I'm sick. Now go.
I hope you feel better tomorrow. If you do, come around to the Wagner galleries. Gerard of the World wants to meet you. He's going to pick out the pictures for the magazine. Oh, Don. Mr. Gerard of World Magazine, Don Powell.
How do you do?
Mr. Powell, congratulations. Your work is fabulous.
Well, when you take a few 100,000 photographs, a few are bound to turn out.
I could take 1,000,000, and I'd never have your quality. The lights fusing on the shadows, the symbolism. We've chosen 24 for the World. We'll also give you a color spread, though your forte is black and white. This is my favorite. Beautiful composition. You can almost touch the snow. And still it has something unreal about it.
How'd that picture get here?
Oh, it's not so bad, Don.
How did it get here?
The best of the collection, I'd say. It shows the eyes of a master who can pick the right object at the exact right light.
Shouldn't be here. Please, Don.
He's never satisfied with his work, is he?
Did you hang that picture here, Charlie?
I found it in the dark room. I thought you forgot to give it to me.
It'll make the cover of the magazine.
No.
What's the matter, Mr. Powell?
I don't like this print.
Looks perfect.
No, I'll see that you get another one. This is just a proof.
Oh, no. You leave that with me.
No.
Who is it?
It's me.
What do you want?
A drink.
I didn't call you.
I know. I thought you might be lonely. Or you must have a girl up here. Anyhow, I want to be sure which is which and what's what. Aren't you glad I came? I was at the exhibition. It was terrific. But you know what I like best? The pictures you took of me. But you didn't exhibit the right ones. Where are they?
No!
Why not? You took pictures of me, much better ones than you showed at the gallery. I have a good figure. You said so yourself. Where are they?
No, Dixie, please.
Why are you suddenly so shy? Those are my pictures, too. Now give them to me.
No.
Sometimes you frighten me. There's something in you that really scares me.
I didn't mean to.
I better go.
Dixie, please stay.
Please don't leave me alone.
You certainly have changed.
How? In what way?
I don't know. But it isn't you anymore.
Then who is it?
Since you came back from your vacation. Something must have happened to you, Don. What is it?
No, nothing.
Have you met another girl?
Why? Why do you say that?
I never saw you so...
How? Say it, how?
You look... frightened. What's frightening you, Don?
Nothing. What a silly question.
Touch me.
Why? Why not?
No.
Charlie?
Yeah. Okay, so I walked out on the exhibition and Gerard's unhappy. I couldn't care less. No, he's not getting a photo. That's what I want to talk to you about. Charlie, where can I meet you? Anywhere you say, anywhere but here. No, I'm alone. Charlie, shut up and listen to me. Charlie, I'll meet you at the 59 bar. Okay, and I want you there, Charlie. You got it? The 59 bar.
Charlie.
I made it as fast as I could.
Look, Charlie, I want to ask you something.
Yes? The same.
Thank you, sir.
What is it?
Charlie, do you think I'm insane?
No, of course not.
How long have you known me?
15 years?
Have I changed lately?
Oh, you're more nervous, but everybody has their
Charlie,
bad
give me a
time.
direct answer, yes or no.
Well, since you asked me, yes, you have changed.
That's what Dixie said. She left me just now.
Yes, she phoned me.
She did, huh? Charlie? Charlie, it's incredible. It can't be.
What?
Can a photograph be alive?
What do you mean, alive?
Look, I took a picture of that old farmhouse. There's nobody in the picture. Well, you saw it. Was there anybody in it?
No, there wasn't. It was just a photo of the old farmhouse with a path leading down.
Well, look, somebody has come out of that house, and they're coming toward me closer and closer. What am I going to do? Huh?
Well, I think you better talk to somebody who can give you an answer. I'm not the right guy, Don.
I won't do that. I know when I'm seeing things.
Look, this whole thing is nothing but a hallucination.
No.
Look, I'll go with you to the studio and prove to you that you're only seeing things. Why not? This would prove to you that you're only imagining the thing. Look, if I can't see her, you'll believe me. I know you will. Don, be reasonable. Let me come with you.
No.
Sorry, I'm going with you.
No, you're not.
Don. His heart has stopped.
The beautiful devil's messenger. Tell me exactly what happened.
Mr. Powell's imagination got the better of him. I believe you'd call it a heart attack. He'll be here shortly. It's a terrible thing, the way you go around ruining people's lives.
Oh, but my dear, I thought you knew. People ruin their own lives. All we do is help them a bit.
I've delivered your gift of murder. Now, when do I stand before this tribunal?
Well, you have another gift to deliver. Remember? I said we had rules.
You mean I have to go back again up there? Oh, no. I took my life because I couldn't stand it up there anymore. Besides, my sin is no greater than theirs. Why should I be singled out like this? Yes, I accepted your offer. I was afraid of what might be down there. But now I prefer that to helping you with your dirty work.
Well, I was only trying to do you a favor, my dear. Tanya, deliver this pick to a miner in Torsholm, Sweden. What he finds with this pick will lead to all sorts of complications, and we'll have a new recruit.
Hey, Knut. Look.
Ice.
Looks like we hit the glacier.
That's the end of the shaft. We can't blast it out. It might reach miles into the mountain.
Shall we abandon the tunnel?
I don't see what else we can do. I'd better phone the office.
Hey, Knut.
What is it?
There.
There's something there.
Let's blast it out.
No, I'd better phone the scientists. Let them have a look at it.
You know what it looks like?
Don't say it. I think I'm seeing the same thing.
to go slow.
But the eyes must be broken.
Already writing the report?
Yes, we'll need it for the Anthropological Congress in September. Just in case we lose the object.
But how can we lose it?
All right, carry on.
Human being 50,000 years old. I want to get the block of ice transported to the museum intact. It hasn't suffered from the transport.
We'll know in a minute.
Can you see anything? Yes.
Let me have a look. Remarkable.
This I have to see. The girl in ice.
To think that she died thousands of years ago.
She looks alive.
How beautiful she is.
How do we get her out? Melt the ice?
I would suggest chiseling her out, and the cold would preserve her.
No. Ben, what is it?
Must not take a risk and harm her.
Of course not.
I'll be taking care of her and see that the temperature is kept at 20 below. I'll be in charge.
Why you? I'm the anthropologist here. And you know that my research pertains to any kind of petrified historic man.
As the anthropologist of this museum, she belongs to my department.
I don't want to be cheated out of an important research like this.
Cheated?
Gentlemen, please, let me decide who will be in charge.
My training, my experience. It's my duty to science.
No, Sven, Dr. Olson is right. She belongs to the science of anthropology. He is an expert on the subject.
I think we should have a surgeon brought in to dissect her.
Dissect her?
Don't understand your attitude. How do you plan to go about getting her out, Dr. Olson?
I think I'll increase the temperature in this room. The ice will slowly melt and become transparent. And then we can study her better.
But everybody will see her in her nakedness.
Why not? Why shouldn't we see her in her nakedness?
When were you born? How many millenniums before my time? What was your name? Your name? Was it Cordelia? Angelica? Are you an angel to return to this earth? Two people are destined for each other, you and I. You had to return to come to me, Angelica. I knew when I first saw you that we were chosen for each other. Only time stood between us. What is time but a conception of man? I have to get you out of your prison, to hold you in my arms. I love you, Angelica.
Seastrom! What are you doing here?
The same as you.
Did Dr. Hull make it clear to you that this is my research, not yours? I know that you want to cheat me out of the fruits of my lifelong work. You have no right.
I have the same right to be here as you, Olson.
I understand your feeling. Your scientific curiosity. All right. I'll forget that we met here. If you promise not to come here again.
She is mine.
Of course. Of course. Now let's go out together, eh? Leave the lady alone.
What do you have in mind? What are you going to do to her? You'll make her suffer.
You talk as if she were alive.
But don't you see? No, of course you don't see. She is alive.
That's not possible.
By gradually lowering the temperature, a body can slowly be frozen without terminating life. How long can the body stay in a suspended state? 1 year, a century, a millennium? Who says it cannot? I know she's alive.
Yeah. She looks alive. Shall we go?
I know what you have in mind. You want to get me out of here. You want to make it impossible for me to see her.
That's not true.
Then prove it. Turn this research, as you call it, over to me. She's more to me than she is to you. She's not an object of vivisection.
That's enough. Now let's get out of here.
Dr. Olson did not show up this morning. I phoned his home, but he didn't sleep there last night.
Well, what about the girl in the ice?
Well, that's why I called you. We must keep the find a secret until the day when we have gathered enough scientific information about this body. Otherwise, I'm afraid we'll be overrun with reporters and zealous anthropologists.
I agree with you, Dr. Holt. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Dr. Seastrom, I want you to find out how we can free her from her icy surroundings without damage to her body.
Yes, sir. Then I will be in charge.
Yes.
But under one condition.
Yes?
Since I will be responsible, I also need the authority that goes with a job like this.
Oh, I understand.
I want everybody checking with me first. No one is allowed entrance to the room without first having it cleared through me.
That sounds reasonable.
No one. Not even you.
Why are you restricting me, too?
Only for a short time. It would give me peace of mind.
All right.
And that was the last time you saw Dr. Olson?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
You said you couldn't detect anything extraordinary in his behavior, no sign that he was upset.
No, I didn't. Did you, Dr. Lund?
Well, we were all somewhat excited, I would say, and we still are.
This has nothing to do with Olson's disappearance, I assure you.
Please, let me be the judge of that.
We brought in an anthropolithic object. I put Olson in charge of it. That excited him, I assume.
Now, where is that object?
In the ice house.
Well, then Dr. Olson might be there.
No, Dr. Seastrom, who's working there, did not see him.
Dr. Seastrom? Who is he?
I put him in charge of the anthropolithic object after Olson's disappearance.
Now we're getting closer.
It is pretty, isn't it? I want you to wear it. Here are the shoes. I know they'll fit you. Only a few feet of ice are separating us, Angelica. A few inches of frozen water. But you can see me. Can you hear me talk? I knew you were alive. I knew it. You want to talk to me. You want me to hold you in my arms. I'm going to get you out. Now, soon you will be free. How many thousands of years were you waiting for this day, Angelica? And yet you would have waited another 10,000 years for me, wouldn't you? I might have lived in your time, might have died young, before our love was fulfilled. If I had only the memory of this time, I would have known that I vowed to meet you again on this earth. When I first saw you, I recognized you instantly. Your name came back to me. I remembered your tender embraces, your soft lips. And now you've come back to me. You're gonna drown.
Really look at me. You've gone. I never should have tried to reach you. I destroyed you. I should have tried to reach you. You've gone. I destroyed you. Did you really look at me? You've gone. I never should have tried to reach you.
I'll never go through that again. I can't believe the things I've seen. Taking my life was nothing compared to the sins your little gifts led to.
Now, my dear. Let's change the subject. While you were away, I was thinking. I think I came up with a diabolical idea.
Is there any other kind of idea in a place like this?
That's a fun. Well, I'm not much for fun, but that's a good one. You know, my plan may be sort of a pun, too. Yeah, you suffered all your life. life for love. You snuffed it out for love. You were hurt and angry.
Why do you go through it again? I know what I did, and I know why.
Well, how would you like to get even? How would you like to wrap up all your frustrations in one little bundle? I thought that would tickle your curious bone. Some people say they can see things in a crystal ball. Others that they can foretell the future. Others say they can reconstruct the past. But they can only see what we down here let them see. Because the crystal ball is the toy of the devil. Sakanya, you deliver this crystal ball to a Madame Germain in the Limehouse district of London.
I realize there's no sense in protesting. But so far, I don't see your diabolical plan.
Well, my plan is to reward you for your efforts.
Reward? What do you mean?
Well, let me explain. You love this John Radian very much.
John? Why do you bring him into this?
Isn't that exactly what you want to do? Bring him into this?
Yes.
Then you could accomplish something.
Times I wanted to kill him. But you know, you're right. I would accomplish something. I could get even with him. I could get even for all the suffering, for all the humiliation. I could teach him a lesson. I could teach him one final lesson.
I thought you'd like my little plan. Now, you just deliver this. And I can assure you that your John Radian will join us very soon.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
And what happens next?
Nothing. It just stops. I've never found out what's in that room. It keeps pulling me, but I've never been able to make myself go inside.
How often have you had this dream?
Oh, 6, maybe 7 times.
This is quite common, John. You have a fear of the future.
Doesn't everybody?
At the same time, you want to know what you're going to do. So you have this dream in order to give yourself an opportunity to find out. You get closer and closer until you're too close. And at the last minute, you're afraid to face it.
Tell me, is that why I scream?
Just a device to bring you back to wakeful and safe reality.
It would be awful to learn one's future. I'm certain I don't want to know any of it.
A part of you does, or you wouldn't have the dream. You want it, yet you fear it. That fear is centered on a non-existent building in an imaginary street.
But that's just the point. It isn't imaginary. I played there many times when I was a boy.
Could you find it if you looked?
without a bit of trouble.
Then do the thing that you're incapable of doing in your dream. Look at it for what it is. A harmless old building that probably frightened you as a child. Once you see that, I'm sure you'll be relieved of the anxieties that are plaguing you.
Hi.
Johnny! Johnny! Come home! Johnny!
Come in, John Radian. I expected you sooner.
How did you know my name?
The crystal, of course. Shall we begin?
Begin?
Your future. Isn't that why you came?
Yes.
You impatient ones.
I'm not impatient. It's just that
I know. Why do people want to know about their future? To hear about pleasant surprises? Will they also accept the clouds of misfortune, the fears of disaster?
Just tell me what you see. You'll get paid for it.
Relax and come along with me. That's it. Much clearer. Much clearer. There. Yes. Yes, I see you. But you're still far away. You will be offered a trip.
A trip?
To Egypt.
I assure you, I'm not going anywhere. I have neither the money nor the inclination.
There you are. Looking desperately for somebody. You can't find him. It frightens you. It terrifies you.
Looking for whom?
I don't know. He isn't there. But somebody else. You're talking to him. He has a scar. A deep scar. And he will prompt you to fulfill your destiny.
I don't understand a word of what you're saying.
It is as I expected.
Fine, and tell me, what do I expect?
Your future. But you have no future.
Well, what did you see?
A clock striking midnight. I saw you very clearly. I saw you very dead.
You lie.
Yes, I lie. Often. But the crystal never lies. Tonight at midnight, you will be dead.
What is this? Are you threatening me?
I have no grudge against you. I don't even know you.
That's too bad. You know, I thought I might find out who or what it is I'm dealing with.
Why do you want to know?
Somewhere, somebody is waiting to kill me. Maybe the man with the scar.
No. But somehow his presence is necessary to the chain of events.
Then who is it?
What would you do if you knew?
Ah, there are many ways of dealing with a murder. I could find his motives and reason with him.
That would not change fate.
Who is it?
I am the one who will take your life.
What do I owe you?
Nothing.
Just how do you intend to kill me?
I have no idea.
But is there a reason?
I don't even know you.
Well, this is a big town. Try to find me before midnight. Is there a telephone around?
You just passed one.
Oh, there's a girl in there. She's on a marathon talk. How long can a woman gab without saying anything?
That's why I never married. Buy a ticket. Might be your night. Have a look. Might be a winner.
A plane ticket to Egypt.
Aren't you lucky? For days I thought I was only selling duds.
Yes, that away.
That's what she said. Egypt.
Said? Who?
Hello. Hello. Dr. Holmes, please. Look, I'm talking from a public telephone. Try to find him for me, will you, please?
Dr. Holmes will call in.
I want him now. He's my doctor now. Do you understand? Get him.
I don't know where.
Look, I'll leave my number. It's Hendon 3535. Call me. I'll be waiting. Hendon 3535. Have you got that? Officer, I suppose this will sound a little foolish to you, but would you please arrest me?
You've had a few, huh?
No. Look, just overnight. Take me in for overnight, that's all I ask, please.
Now, you go home and sleep it off.
No! She is going to kill me. She told me so.
Well, I think that's very sporting of her to give you a fair warning.
Oh, officer, this is no time for jokes. Don't you realize I may be dead before morning?
Listen, mister, we're all liable to be dead before the night's out. Now, just get through there.
Look, I know this sounds ridiculous to you. But I had this dream, see? And my doctor, My doctor, he said, face it. He said, nothing is as bad as it seems if we face it. You really had the advantage, didn't you? The moment I'm out of your sight, I'm a sitting duck.
I hoped that you wouldn't come back. But you see, neither of us can escape it.
Well, if I spend every moment with you, there's nothing you can do that I won't know about.
If you don't sit down, you'll wear out the carpet. That wouldn't take very much.
I walk in here and I find you in this room, sealed off from the world. There is no window in this room. What is this, a tomb?
Enlightenment comes more easily in the dark.
And what about you? You obviously believe that you're going to kill me. Don't you care enough about yourself to try to prevent it?
If I had it in my power, I would. But there is nothing I can do, except...
Except what?
The kettle. I was preparing tea when you arrived.
Operator, get me Westlake 4100. Yes, quickly, please. Hello? Hello? Did you get Dr. Humes for me? Yes, this is John Radian. Well, connect me quickly, please. Oh, I'm glad you're home. I'm at 20 South Central Street. Yes. Yes, I followed your advice. I did. I met her. The fortune teller. I'm with her now. I'll be here till midnight. Sure, she exists, just like in the dream. I want you to know, if anything happens to me, it was the fortune teller. Madame Germain. Germain, got that? Yes. Yes. Goodbye.
Join me in a cup of tea.
I just made that telephone call. Now, not to the police. They're no good to me. To my doctor. You heard what I said?
Sugar? Milk?
Now, if anything happens to me, the police will know where I've been.
There is nothing we can do to prevent your death.
This tea, it smells funny.
You think I'm trying to poison you?
I don't know.
But you don't believe in the crystal?
Of course I don't.
Then drink your tea.
Did it ever occur to you that you might die first?
What do you suggest? Shall I kill myself?
I swear your time is as short as mine.
Let me by, Mr. Radian.
Don't tempt me.
Let me by.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You've got a gun. wind the clock, straighten the room. If there were a catch, you'd put it out. How can you go on like this if you're convinced something's going to happen?
We're all going to die. It's just that most of us don't know when. So we go on, day after day.
Tell you what, I'm sorry for what I said before. All right?
That's understandable. For one who has 5 minutes to live.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry. We both have reason to be.
You were saying, madam?
We both have reason to be nervous.
The prediction's on the other foot now, isn't it?
I want you to leave here now.
Why?
Look, you're free. Free to get away from me. You mustn't commit this crime.
Shame, but it was his own fault.
That's not what he told me.
It was a stupid thing to be wandering around in that building.
He was looking for something he'd lost.
I guess that's why he didn't see the sign.
Sign? Where's the other body?
There was only one.
Oh, no, when he called me, he told me that she was responsible.
Who?
The fortune teller, the one that lived here.
Fortune teller? Living here? I told you this building is condemned. It's been empty for years.
Tanya, you've done well. Now you can realize that coming into the unknown was not in vain. The lovers are reunited.
Look, I don't know who you are or what this place is, but let's get one thing straight. I'm not in love with her, and I haven't been for a long time. You can't blame me for what she did. Anybody that'd cut their wrists and say it was for love. I don't want any part of it.
You haven't changed. You'll never change. You're just as rotten as the day I
What
met
have
you.
you got to do with all this? I thought we said our goodbyes a long time ago. You never give up, do you? You know, I've told you again and again, you better see a doctor. You're sick.
Stop it! I told you never to say that to me again. I don't have to stand here and listen to you.
Wait. It's too late for that. We have no interest in your petty arguments down here. Mr. Radian, you were brought here for a purpose. Perhaps I should say a twofold purpose. Hers and mine.
Look, mister, I don't know why she brought me here or what you're talking about, but I'm not planning to stay very long, so you better get to the point before I walk out of here.
Same old John. Only this is one conversation you can't walk out on. In fact, there's only one way out of here. Who's there?
Now, hold on, my dear. You may be right in a way, but let me continue.
Go ahead, but I haven't much time.
That's where you're wrong, Mr. Radian. Why, the only thing you have left is time.
What?
And those people are...
You became aware quicker than most. But as I said, twofold. Satanya's was for vengeance, which we condone. Ours for selfishness, which is part of our code.
Please, please send him through there. He doesn't deserve an explanation.
No. Our plan is only half completed. I need you both.
But you said the tribunal would pass judgment. I fulfill all my assignments. I don't understand why I should even be here.
You wanted to be here. You bought your ticket one way. But because of your determination, we've shown compassion. We've selected both of you to help us annex Earth as part of our domain.
Can't you get to the point?
You never were one to understand the meaning of patience, were you, John? Now let him continue and we can get this thing over with.
It's all very simple. I needed 2 lovebirds that had turned into fighting cocks. That's why we had to bring you down here.
Look, why all the games? Can't you just get on with it? What do you want us to do?
He is impulsive, isn't he? That's why we chose him for the job. Well, here, I have an envelope that I want you both to deliver to us.
Always told me before what I was delivering. What's in this envelope?
It's our greatest achievement. It assures us of more territory, space. We've been overcrowded here for years. That envelope contains a formula.
A formula?
What is it? What do we do with it?
Deliver it to them. They'll know what to do with it. They'll play hell with it. That formula is a 500 megaton bomb.
Who are your friends?
My date for the afternoon. You're 20 minutes late.
Sorry.
You hear that? He says he's sorry. You think I should marry a man who's late for his appointment?
She's proposing again.
Only for the 17th time.
You waited all your life for the perfect mate. What's 20 minutes more?
You should get over that inferiority complex. What's wrong?
Nothing. I didn't get much sleep last night.
Or the night before, or the night before that. Why don't you see your doctor? Or get some sleeping pills. That may help.
Wouldn't do any good.
Well, let's get some lunch. You haven't got much time left on your lunch hour.
There's no rush.
Why? Did they make you the boss or something?
I quit the other day.
You didn't tell me that. You said that this job was your big chance in electronics so that you could develop some of your own ideas. You said it was the kind of security you wanted for us to get married.
I know what I said. Be a little patient with me, honey. Please. How could I explain when I myself couldn't understand it? To dream about a woman night after night, a woman I'd never met, never seen before. And with each dream, she became more real, more alive, until it seemed that if my hand reached out, I could have touched her. Some will, stronger than my own, brought me here. Nothing was familiar to me. I'd never been here before, and yet I wasn't lost. An unknown force was guiding my steps, leading me to this courtyard. There was something here that was drawing me close like a magnet. I could feel it pulling me closer, closer. And then I saw it. That's it.
Hmm?
That face, it's the same face of the woman who comes to me in my dreams. It's fantastic.
Oh, darling, it's probably just a coincidence.
That's she, all right.
Well, then let's go inside and see who posed for it. More than likely it's someone you know, and that would explain everything.
Hello, Mr. Turner. I have the doll ready for you.
You know my name?
Oh, I pride myself on my memory. You left your name when you brought in this picture for the portrait doll. Remarkable resemblance, don't you think?
Yes. But there must be some mistake.
Mistake? Oh, I don't think so. Let me check your order. Excuse me.
Donna, I didn't bring that photo in.
He just mistook you for someone else.
I don't understand this. First I dream of a face, then I see that face on a doll. Now I'm told I brought that photo in.
You're making too much out of it, Rick. There's just been a misunderstanding somewhere.
But he knew my name.
Do you walk in your sleep?
No, and I'm not leading a double life.
Who are you trying to convince? Me or yourself?
Would I have brought you here if I were?
I'm only kidding, Rick. Don't be so touchy. You'll see. There's a perfectly logical explanation for all this. Some of your friends have weird ideas of humor. Maybe one of them is playing a... Rick, that's me.
It sure looks like you.
It is me. Where do you get these ideas?
What are you talking about?
The doll, of course. Honestly, Rick, it was sweet of you to have it made for me. But why all the mystery? You went to so much trouble just to make it a surprise.
Donna, I didn't order this doll.
Darling, you must have.
And I'm telling you, I didn't
The
order it.
instructions all checked, Mr. Turner. Everything is exactly as you wanted it. Should I wrap it or send it to Miss Bianca Milan?
This doll, who ordered it?
That one, the lady in the photograph.
Take a good look at this picture and Miss Trent here.
Yes, I see what you mean. There is a slight resemblance.
Slight? That's me.
Merely a coincidence. I know the lady who brought this photo in.
Look, Mr.
Lamont, Francis Lamont.
Mr. Lamont, there must be some mistake. I didn't bring in any photo. I didn't order any doll. In fact, I've never even been in here before.
If you say so, sir, perhaps I was mistaken. It's paid for, so I'll send it to Miss Milan.
Rick, if you're playing some sort of a game, I don't find it very amusing. So let's take my doll and leave.
Donna, Look, just wrap this one up. I'll take this doll.
This one, I'm afraid, is not for sale. If you'd care to leave a photo, I'd be happy to make one up for this young lady.
But she is the lady.
No, sir. She is not.
Come on, Rick. Let's go. He's frightening. He just stood there looking at me.
I don't understand this.
Rick.
What is it?
Oh, help me.
Take it easy.
Dr. Wright, report to clinic at once, please. Dr. Wright, report to clinic.
How is she, Doc?
I've just had Dr. Moore corroborate my diagnosis. It's a coronary condition, a muscle spasm of the heart.
Well, how bad is it?
Well, it's hard to say at this stage. Frankly, her symptoms are a bit puzzling.
It all happened so fast.
It usually does, Mr. Turner. Now, you try not to worry. We're doing everything possible for her. Right now, she's resting quietly under sedation. You better try to get some sleep yourself. You'll be able to see her tomorrow.
Thanks, Doc.
Rick, come here. What's the matter? Can't sleep? Relax, Rick. Let's enjoy each other. What shall I do to entertain you? Shall I sing until your head throbs with the sound of my voice? Shall I dance for you until the blood races through your veins? Do you find me desirable? Would you kiss me if you could? Would you hold me close?
I'm dreaming, it must be. What do you want?
You.
Who are you?
The man at the doll shop told you. Bianca Milan. The address is on the back of the photograph. Get it, Rick. And bring the doll. It's so simple. Why torture yourself any longer? I'll be waiting for you.
Now, Mr. Turner can only stay a few minutes. You're not to get excited.
But I always get excited when I see Rick.
Well, I don't blame you. He's quite a man. You have 3 minutes, Mr. Turner.
How do you feel?
Like a steamroller hit me.
Well, that makes 2 of us. You didn't tell me before you had trouble. With your heart, I mean.
I didn't. Until I fell in love with you. That will teach me never to be jealous again.
Well, that'll be a help.
Oh? What are you planning?
I'm not supposed to get you excited.
Tell me, Rick.
Yesterday I told you I didn't know any more about those dolls than you do.
Yes?
That was the truth, Donna. Last night I had another dream, or vision, or whatever the devil you want to call it.
The same girl?
Only this time she spoke to me. She said if I wanted to find the answer to all this, all I had to do was bring the doll to her.
Why isn't she helpful?
Well, I've got to see her, don't you see? I've got to find out whether she's real or not. Once and for all, I've got to get this thing off my back.
I know you have to see her, darling. I guess I can't help acting like a woman. You've been honest with me, and I do believe you, but...
But what?
Please be careful.
Of what?
I mean it, Rick. There's more to it than just, well, call it premonition or woman's intuition if you like, but I'm afraid.
Of what?
I'm afraid I'm going to lose you.
To a dream?
To a dream that might be real.
You're the only real thing in my life.
Oh, Rick, I love you so.
Who prescribed that?
Best medicine in the world.
Good for whatever ails you.
When I think of the time I've wasted on vitamin pills.
Take care of yourself, darling. I'll see you soon.
Rick, be careful of the doll.
Ah, Mr. Turner, I do hope I wasn't indiscreet yesterday.
No. Miss Trent, the young lady who was with me, was just a little upset at seeing her photograph and that doll.
Of course.
May I see the name on the back of that photograph?
The one you think is Miss Trent?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but the doll and picture were picked up by the owner this morning.
Oh. Well, then I'll take that other doll, the one of Miss...
Bianca Milan? I anticipated your coming back.
How much do I owe you?
You paid me when you placed the order.
Did I?
In full. Good day, Mr. Turner.
Yeah. Miss Bianca Milan?
Mr. Turner, I've been expecting you. Do come in.
You knew I was coming?
Of course.
You were expecting me to deliver this.
Thank you. It's lovely. The resemblance is amazing, don't you think? Shall we have a drink?
I prefer a little conversation, like my questions and your answers.
There's time, lots of it. Come, help me. is our first drink together. We should mark the occasion with a toast. To the first of many things together.
Such as dreams and portrait dolls?
And the sweet mysteries of life. I hope you're hungry. I thought you might like to dine here. Just the two of us. My servant, Ahmed, does very well with Occidental dishes. You may serve us now, Ahmed. Ahmed cannot speak.
I'm a little speechless myself.
I found him in Tibet. He belonged to an ancient cult of worshippers who believed sacrifice brings immortality. His tongue was his sacrifice.
The world has many strange religions. Forgive me for being so persistent, but what made you so sure I was coming here tonight?
I invited you and you accepted.
Let's be more specific. I'm here for just one reason.
I know why you're here, Rick.
Then you know about the dreams.
Naturally. It's a simple process of thought projection or thought transference.
Thought project. You're telling me that you danced and talked to me from this apartment? And I received your image and voice in my room?
You doubt me?
Of course not. I'll get you the number of a good psychiatrist. Maybe I'm a little dense, but I don't understand all of this.
What puzzles you?
Well, for one thing, why me?
You appeal to me.
Why does a woman with your attributes have to go to these extremes to have a man visit her? Why didn't you just whistle or something?
Would you have answered?
Perhaps not. But then I'm going to be married.
There's your answer, then. I had to condition you, wear down your resistance, make you want me. So I visited you through mental projection. You may not admit it, but I am firmly planted in your subconscious.
Could be, but what's so special about me that put you through so much trouble?
I saw you, I wanted you. That made you special.
We can't always have everything we want.
I can.
This thought projection, is it a special power you have, or can anyone play?
Will you prepare a drink for Mr. Turner and myself, Ahmed? Relax, Rick. Make yourself comfortable. Recognize him?
Me?
It helps in concentrating to have the image of the person to whom one's thoughts are directed.
Who gave you the recipe, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde?
You're amused.
I'm sorry. I'll take you seriously, I promise. Tastes like devil's brew.
I can bridge any distance between us, no matter how great or how small. Concentration is essential. I can tell when I've made contact with you, when my thoughts and my image have reached you. Just relax and close your eyes while I concentrate. Oh, great Gamba. Open your eyes, Rick. You can see me quite clearly now. Tell me what you see.
I see. I see through you. You're transparent. You cast no shadow, no reflections. There are disturbances around you. Wind, thunder, lightning. You're not real. You're...
Turn around, Rick. I'm here behind you.
What are you?
Don't you know?
You're a she-devil.
A witch.
You're evil. But beautiful, fascinating.
Listen, Rick. As I once was, you would not have looked at me. I was unhappy and lost until I discovered Gamba.
Gamba?
The devil god of evil. I belong to a cult that worships Gamba. You met the high executioner at the doll shop, Francis Lamont.
And he gave you this power of thought projection.
It's more than that. I've been given the power to control my destiny. I've had everything life could offer until I saw you. I wanted you just as much as you want me now. You've already begun to forget Donna Trent.
You really are a witch. She-devil, whatever you are, I want you.
You must become one of us first.
Anything.
You must take the oath to Gamba.
Tomorrow.
Now. There's a meeting in progress. The High Executioner will perform the rites at midnight. We must hurry. Come on, Rick.
Welcome. The ceremony is underway.
Good evening, Francis. Mr. Turner wishes to join us.
I shall perform the rites after the sacrifice. Shall we go in? Our goddess of love. Bianca is our living image.
Tonight is the first night of the full moon. We must offer up sacrifice to Gamba. It's the devil god's decree that we offer a human for appeasement.
A human? You mean they're going to kill somebody?
Not necessarily, but a human is going to be offered on the altar of sacrifice, and it's up to Gamba to decide.
How does he make his decision?
It's like Russian roulette, except the odds are greater. Look up there. In our ceremony, we use a sword, concealed in one of the covers hanging from the wheel. The wheel is spun, and Gamba makes his decision. The cover is lowered upon the heart of the subject. If the sword is in the cover, it pierces the heart. If Gamba decides to spare his subject, the cover bends harmlessly.
Sounds like a million laughs. Does everybody get to play?
No. The subject is selected when in doubt of his loyalty during his test period.
Have you ever been...
My loyalty has been proven.
Worshippers of Gamba, the great devil god, hear me well. Tonight is the first night of the full moon. The tides rise to their highest level and vibrations fill the air. It is a time for restlessness and madness. It is a time for death. For Gamba decrees it. Gamba, the great devil god, commands that one of you be tested. A human sacrifice must be offered. Only Gamba can determine whether a life will be taken. The judgment is his. Bring in the subject. O Gamba, great devil god, ruler of man's destiny, we offer this lovely girl on the sacrificial altar. You alone in your wisdom will judge her. If she is unworthy, if her loyalty is in doubt, then she must be punished. But should she prove deserving and fit to serve you, your power alone will spare her. O great Gamba, highest executioner, supreme devil, god of evil, make your decision. Shall the maiden live or die?
Gamba.
Gamba protects his own. The girl lives. Oh, thank you, great Gamba. You have proven yourself well.
It's our turn now.
He has been informed of our code and beliefs.
Yes, High Executioner.
Kneel. O great Gamba, we offer a new subject who has come to join us. During his trial period, watch him, study him, and then test him, O great devil god. Will you swear absolute allegiance to the great devil god Gamba?
I will.
Will you follow his commands without question, though it means someone's destruction, even your own?
I will.
You will, above all else, seal your lips and swear yourself to secrecy.
I will.
Do you accept this responsibility?
I do.
It is done. From this moment on, there is no turning back. You are one of us now, a member of the cult of the great devil god Gamba. Guard this privilege well.
Is that all?
For now. A new life is going to begin for you, Rick. Take me home. You still don't quite believe, do you, darling? You have renounced goodness, forsaken virtue. You'll never escape me, darling.
I know it. God help me, I want it this way.
Solitaire on the railway, 2 minutes. And here comes Bugle Boy. Solitaire and Bugle Boy. Solitaire and Bugle Boy. Bugle Boy by a head.
That makes 8 straight.
It's incredible. Red Horse Polly.
Happens all the time.
I just can't get over it. Yesterday you called me and said, buy every available share. Today it started to skyrocket. Last week you said, sell Amalgamated Industries. And the bottom dropped out.
Just lucky, I guess.
Something more than that. Someone is giving you some very valuable tips.
Well, let's just say I have a good advisor.
Goodbye, Mr. Bennett.
Goodbye. Should feel very proud of your protege. He's passed every test so far. Not once has he weakened and attempted to contact this Miss Trent.
I never thought he would.
Your confidence in him is quite admirable, my dear. I am a little surprised.
At what?
Well, this little romance of yours has lasted longer than the others.
I've always come back to you, Francis.
Of course. That's why I can afford to be so tolerant of your brief affairs. You will keep this one brief, won't you, my dear? Your Rick will receive the loyalty test now. I hope he merits your belief in him.
Well, if it isn't Rick Turner, Bianca's private property.
Well, what are you doing here?
I'm lost. Where's the nearest bar?
Looks like you've had enough already.
Rick, I'm in trouble. Isn't there someplace we can go and talk?
Come on.
What?
Coffee's still hot. Would you like some?
This is what I need.
You'd better drink this.
Sure.
What's your problem?
How do you get out, Rick? How do you get your soul back? The devil got gone, but he's got your soul, too. Don't you want it back?
You don't know what you're saying. You're drunk.
Gotta get out. I've got to.
You've been sworn to secrecy. We all have. For your own sake, don't say any more.
Why? Would you tell on me?
What makes you think I won't?
Well, you're not the type. You don't belong in this any more than I do.
You should have thought of that before you joined.
Well, you don't know. They play with evil like it was some kind of a new toy. They cut all the goodness out of you, and you forget what it's like to be kind. You become a robot without any will of your own. And the things they make you do. But suddenly, they don't have to make you do those things anymore. You do them because you want to. And then it's too late, because you're past all decency.
Shut up.
You're afraid. Not for me, but for yourself. Oh, I know the pattern well. Bianca has used her powers for you, hasn't she? She's given you a taste of easy money and shown you what you'll be able to do when you receive these powers.
Stop it.
It's not worth it, Rick. Believe me, I know. I'd give anything to go back, to live again without fear.
You'd better go.
You are afraid.
Just get out of here. I should never have listened to you. Go on, get out. I don't want to hear any more. Tell Miss Milan I'm here.
Whatever you're drinking, I'll have one too. My darling, you're trembling.
Am I? Bianca, what would you do if I told you?
What?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud.
What's troubling you? Maybe I can help.
Well, I've learned of I've heard. There's a disloyal member in the cult.
Why should this trouble you?
She's kind of confused. She's...
A woman? There's no problem here. Your duty is clear. You must report her.
What will they do to her?
That's not your concern.
She'll be tested. That's it, isn't it? She'll be placed under the wheel. Bianca, I can't.
You must. Have you forgotten your own loyalty may be tested? If you love me, you won't hesitate. Not for a minute. Darling, I took an oath with you, remember? If you don't report this girl, you place me in equal jeopardy. Rick, darling, I couldn't bear it not to see you again.
What's keeping him?
He'll be here in a minute, darling. Just relax.
All these dolls just staring at you.
Frank is quite fanatic about them, especially his own. In his eyes, his doll is his soul.
Gamber is pleased. You've done well, Rick. Hey, what is this?
I give him my report to Mr. Lamont, and he's very satisfied.
You mean this whole thing was a setup? Precisely. Well, you play some nice games. You may, wait for me in the other room.
Let's go, Rick.
Bianca, I don't wish to detain you, but if you'd give me just a moment more.
Excuse me, darling.
That'll be fine.
Thank you, Francis.
Well, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Night, Rick. Night.
Where's the nurse?
How do you feel?
Fine. Nothing ever changes with me. How about you?
Okay. Where's Miss Frank?
The nurse? Oh, she's off my case. I have a new one.
Oh.
Rick, I understand. It's not a very romantic prospect being tied down to an invalid.
Donna, no, you don't understand.
Please. It's enough that you came.
Listen to me, Donna. You may not believe what I'm going to tell you, but at midnight tonight, you're going to be all right. Any discomfort you feel will disappear. Your strength will return. Your health will be restored.
At midnight. What makes you so sure?
Just trust me. I know it's a hard thing to ask after what's happened, but trust me. I'll call you tomorrow. It's getting rather late. I should be leaving.
Thank you for dropping by, Francis.
My dear, you're an extraordinary woman, but a woman nevertheless.
It took a lot of arranging to get Mary in as her nurse. It was for a purpose, wasn't it?
It was, my dear. However, don't you think this relationship has reached its end?
No.
You mean because Rick visited this girl today, you think you're losing your hold on him?
If I lose my hold on him, how can you hope to keep yours? If he should leave the cult, he could be a threat to us.
What is it you feel? let's not be hasty. We'll wait a few days and see what happens.
As you say. Are you going home now?
Not directly, no. I have to go back to the shop for a few minutes. Good night, my dear.
Good night.
Well, only be a few minutes.
It's remarkable. The pain's gone. And outside of being a little weak from too much bed rest, I feel fine. How on earth did you... All right, I won't ask any more questions. Rick, will I see you again? All right. I understand. Goodbye, Rick.
Well, how do you feel today?
Fine. Hello? Yes, Mary? Thank you. Prepare some drinks for us. I'm expecting Mr. Turner. Hello, darling.
I got your message. It sounded urgent.
Frank is calling a meeting at 10:30 tonight.
Well, what's up?
We don't question Frank. We just obey. Aren't you going to kiss me?
You witch. You beautiful, evil witch.
I'm never going to let you go. Remember that.
I'll never want to go. You remember that. What's going on?
You love me?
You know I do.
It's odd, isn't it? How sometimes the things we do so innocently can be misinterpreted.
Like what?
For instance, someone might completely misunderstand your close contact with Miss Trent lately.
So that's it.
It's true, isn't it? You've been to see her. You've spoken with her on the phone.
Listen to me. Maybe once I thought I was in love with Donna, but that's over with.
Is it?
What do you think?
I think I'd like to be sure.
How much proof do you need? Every waking minute you're on my mind. Even when I sleep, I can't shake you. You're all around me. In the air, in the rain and in the sunlight. You're as much me as I am.
Tell me. Tell me.
I know what you are. I know what you've made me, but it doesn't matter. Nothing does. I can't kiss you without wanting more. I'll never have enough of you. If I thought I'd lose you,
You'd what?
I'd kill you.
We shall begin. The great Gamba has been offended. He demands retribution. There is a traitor among us. Someone in this room does not belong. The devil god has been betrayed. Traitor! Hear me well. You have been discovered. Gamba knows which one you are. At midnight tonight, you shall die. Gamba will be avenged. We shall meet again here at 12:30. One of you will not be among us.
Can't you have Ahmed shut that music off?
Darling, it's so good.
great Gamba, justice has been done. Your unworthy servant has been eliminated. Let Gamba's betrayer serve as an example for the rest of you. The traitor Lindell did not believe. He was here to expose us. He was going to publicize us and maliciously attack the great devil god. The danger is past. The intruder has been removed from our midst. One moment, please. You will stay. Come here. The light is better and there's something I want you to see.
Believe me, Francis, I had no
How
idea.
long have you been with us now?
Over a year.
Over a year. When you can still be so foolish, so dangerously careless.
But he lied to me, too. I didn't know he was a newspaper man.
Here are some of the notes he was making. Not very flattering, are they?
If I would have known, I wouldn't have sponsored him. I swear it.
Would you be good enough to get your doll from the shelf?
Oh, you can't.
Hello, doll shop. Yes, she is. Oh, just a moment. Bianca, it's Mary calling from the hospital.
Thank you. Hello, Mary. Thank you for calling. I don't think you'll be needing you any longer at the hospital.
How did you hear about it? She was only discharged a few minutes ago.
Discharged? But that's impossible. I see.
Just a minute.
Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, Miss.
Rick. How nice of you to come for me.
Well, don't be nice to me, Donnie. You're just making things more difficult.
She just left. Mr. Turner picked her up.
Thank you, Mary.
It seems your first suspicions were correct.
There's no doubt now, but it was Rick who was in here the other evening.
I shall have to use greater discretion in passing out keys. What do you intend doing with that?
If you don't mind, I have my own plans for it.
As you wish.
Then this gesture is just for old time's sake?
Something like that.
Pretty fancy car.
Belongs to a friend of mine. I know I owe you some sort of explanation, but there's very little I can say. Dunn, I want you to leave. Leave this town. Move away, far away from me.
But why?
I can't give you any explanations that would make any sense. Just believe me. For your own sake and for mine, Donna, I'm asking you to leave.
All right. Donna. 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 hear me, Donna? Yes. Who are you? It's not easy to reach you, but I'm beginning to. Donna.
Where have you been? I've been calling you all evening.
I'm sorry, some things to attend to.
You might have at least let me know.
Don't be angry, darling. I said I'm sorry.
O worshippers of the great devil god Gamba, another full moon is above us. It is a time to pass judgment, a time to offer sacrifice, a time to test the unworthy. One among you must be called upon to prove his loyalty, to erase all doubt. Bring in the subject. This young girl is to be the sacrifice. You stare at her without recognition, but there is one here who knows her. She was a part of his past, a past he should have deserted when he declared himself to Gamba.
I did, I swear it.
Why then did you enter these premises one night under the veil of darkness? Why then did you remove the pin from the doll, thereby administering the cure?
I have not been disloyal. Bianca, tell him. You've got to believe me.
Oh, great Gamba, he asks for your trust. This unworthy servant begs to be believed. It is for you to say. Step forward. Prove yourself. It shall be your hand that turns the wheel.
My hand? Then I am to blame if the sword...
Blame? This is not a question of blame. This is a question of loyalty. Spin the wheel.
But why her? Test me if you must.
That is precisely what we are doing. Have you forgotten your oath of allegiance? You swore to follow the commands without question, though it meant someone's destruction, perhaps even your own. Spin the wheel. She knows. Look at her eyes. It's all her doing. I warned you of the danger, but you wouldn't listen. You speak of a choice. There's no choice here. That knife is set to kill. Murderers, all of you.
Look out, Frank!
Are you all right?
What was I doing in there?
Never mind. The important thing is that you're safe and free of it.
Are you free of it, too?
Yes, darling, we both are.
That's what he thinks.
theory of glandular stimulation through electrical impulses was correct. A few days ago, you were as small as your companion. And now look at you.
Hello. This is Dr. Carruthers speaking.
Yeah, this is Heath. Yeah, Henry Maud and I are having a little get-together at my home tonight. We want you to come.
Why, that's nice of you, and I appreciate it. But I'm very busy working on a formula for a new shaving lotion.
Oh, but Doc, this is my daughter's idea. And she's going to be awfully disappointed if you don't show up.
Don't take no for an answer. Make him come.
Yeah, you see, it's a sort of a special occasion.
I bet Mary is going to announce her engagement to that young rascal, Don Morton. Tell her I'll be there. Goodbye.
Well, it's all arranged. He's coming.
He's going to be surprised when he finds the special occasion is to present him with this bonus check.
$5,000.
have not forgotten. You hate this strange oriental fragrance, even while you sleep. Just as you did before I made you big and strong. Now, if you detect the fragrance in the night, when you're fully awake, you will strike. Yes, you will strike to kill.
Well, Doc's late. Wonder if he's been called out on a case. Perhaps I'd better phone him. Now remember, Roy, Tommy, you're not to mention anything about this bonus for the Doc until after your father has presented it.
Have you warned those two lovebirds over there?
Perhaps I'd better. I want to caution both of you.
Not to say a word about the check.
Until you're ready to spring it on him.
Your father will make the presentation, Mary.
Why don't you unveil it, like a statue? Then we could all be in on it.
You know, I think it'd be a better idea to put it in a bottle and launch him with it.
You must have gotten that idea out of a bottle. Well, the Doc isn't coming. What?
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, he just got busy with his new formula and forgot all about us.
He'd forget the formula if he knew about that $5,000 check.
Well, why don't we all go up there and give it to him?
No, I wouldn't do that. He doesn't like visits when he's experimenting.
Well, Roy can take the check up to him.
Sure, I'll take it.
Shall I make the Doc a speech when I give it to him?
You won't have to, Roy. The check speaks for itself.
Yeah, and says a mouthful.
Son, tell the Doc we're awfully sorry he can't be with us. But of course we understand how busy he is.
All right.
Just a minute, Roy, and I'll be with you. That's it, all right.
Now, what can I do for you? We were all sorry you couldn't be there tonight.
Yes, but you see, I'm busy. Something important, very important.
Yes, of course. Mr. Morton and Dad had planned a little surprise for you.
A surprise?
It's in here.
Well, let's see what it is. $5,000. What's this for?
Just a little token of the firm's appreciation.
Oh, I see. A bonus. Well, it's awfully nice of you, Father and Mr. Morton. I will thank them personally tomorrow.
I'll tell them, Doctor.
Well, aren't you curious about my new formula?
Yes, of course, only I didn't want to be inquisitive. What is it?
A new shaving lotion.
Smell it. Pretty strong, isn't it?
No. The scent evaporates a short time after you've used it. Try a few drops. Soothing, isn't it?
Yes. When will it be ready for the market?
Oh, it's still in the experimental stage. I want to try it out on several people first and see if it works.
Well, if you'd like to send me a bottle, I'll be glad to try it for you.
Thanks.
Good night, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Lovely check, isn't it, Doctor? They are wealthy because of you. You made them rich, Doctor. It was your formula. Tonight they gave you $5,000 and wanted you to come down to their house and thank them for it. That was your money they gave you, like a bone saw. You should be very grateful, Doctor. Very grateful. They are rich and happy, thanks to you And what have you got, Doctor?
Tonight you have work to do.
Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. I better call Dr. Carruthers.
Oh, please hurry.
There's nothing I can do.
You mean he's dead?
Yes, I better call the coroner.
You think it's murder?
I don't know. I never saw anything like it before. The jugular vein is severed.
Send Johnny Layton in here.
Well, what have I done now? Who wants me fired this time?
Nobody yet, but it's still early. This came in from Heathville. It's a mystery killing. Old Martin Heath's son.
Who's Martin Heath?
Who's Martin Heath? Say, have you ever had a date with a girl?
A girl? Oh, yes, a girl. I believe I did take a girl out once.
Well, did she smell sweet?
Of course she smells sweet. Most girls do.
Well, that's because of Martin Heath Cosmetics Limited. They make all that goo that the women put on their faces so they won't have to wash them with soap and water.
I get it.
Go along over there to Heathville. The coroner's holding an inquest. Find out who really killed old man Heath's son.
Okay, McGinty, I'm on my way. Chief Wilkins?
Yeah?
I'm Johnny Layton of the Chicago Register.
Glad to see you.
And this is my cameraman, One Shot McGuire.
Hi, Chief.
Howdy.
Say, we're down here to cover that Heath murder, but we didn't get much information at the coroner's inquest. I thought maybe you might be able to help us.
Well, I'm always glad to cooperate with the newspapers, providing they cooperate with me.
That's the policy of our paper.
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't got very far with this thing myself. Oh, here's something that might interest you. It's ass.
Are these scratches on the neck and shoulders?
Yes, but we can't determine the source. They're too deep for fingernails, too shallow to have been made by a knife. They're more like claws.
That sort of bears out Dr. Carruthers' theory at the inquest of a wild animal. Have there been any circuses around here lately?
No.
Heard of any animal escaping from a zoo?
No.
Couldn't have been one of those African leopard men. They use steel claws.
This isn't Africa.
Okay, Chief, I was just trying to help.
Chief, are you sure there's no clue you're holding back while investigating?
Well, since you're going to work with me on this case, there is a clue, and a very weird one. The autopsy surgeon says that such
Birds around here big enough to attack a man.
How about an eagle?
We know it wasn't a bird.
How do you know that?
Because we found several hairs on the shoulder of Heath's coat.
Ah, cherchez la femme.
They're not human hairs.
What kind are they?
Well, it may sound silly, but the laboratory test shows that they were from a mouse.
Well, who ever heard of a mouse big enough to kill a man?
Say, a bat has hair like a mouse.
Well, the only bats around here are no bigger than sparrows. There was a peculiar odor about the wounds, but they were so faint and elusive that the police chemists have been unable to identify it.
Something to work on.
Well, if the scent was a clue, it's been destroyed by evaporation.
Say, Chief, do you mind if I do a little sleuthing around on my own account?
Certainly not. Go ahead. If I can help you any, why...
You can. Miss Heath seems to be the nearest to an eyewitness of the crime. I'd like to have a talk with her. Can you arrange it?
I think I can.
Well, Dr. Crothers refused to let her speak to us. We tried that this morning at the inquest.
Well, don't you worry about Dr. Carruthers. He's one of the finest men in Heathville. He just thought you'd add to Mary's grief so you could get sensational newspaper stories. 48J.
Miss Heath, did your brother have any enemies that you know of?
Why, no. Everybody in the village liked Roy.
Mm-hmm. Well, what did he do at the factory?
He had charge of the experimental department where the new products are developed. Oh, here comes Dr. Crothers. Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Mary. I took a shortcut from my laboratory through a garden hedge.
You met Dr. Crothers at the inquest this morning.
Yes. Mr. Layton, I hope you'll forgive me if I seemed a little abrupt. From dwelling too much on a tragedy.
Of course. You were quite right.
We're working on the case with the police.
And if I can be of any assistance, just call on me.
Thanks.
Won't you sit down?
Shall I serve, mademoiselle?
No, Maxine, I'll do it. You may go now.
Oui, mademoiselle.
Do you take sugar, Mr. McGuire?
Huh? Oh, no, ma'am, never. In fact, I don't even take tea. If you'll just deal me out, I'll take a look around. I may dig up a clue.
What do you think of Dr. Crothers' theory about a wild animal, Mr. Layton?
Well, frankly, I don't think much of it.
I can't say that I blame you. The jagged nature of the wound, the rapidity with which the murderer escaped, the scratches from talons or claws.
But when an animal attacks a human, there's bound to be a lot of noise. You heard Miss Heath testify there was no sound of a struggle.
No. Only those awful screams.
It's very puzzling, very mystifying.
You last saw... Well, I've got to get back to the village now and follow my story. You'll excuse me?
If you find it necessary for us to talk again, you may come back at any time.
This evening, if it's all right with you. I'd like to spend some time here.
Why, yes, that'll be quite all right.
Thank you. Goodbye, Miss Heath.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor.
A little more chiffon, baby.
I do not understand.
Oh, you know what I mean. A little more of your stocking.
Like these?
Sure, I like 'em. Who wouldn't? Now, hold nice and still, because this is going to take a little time.
Well, if you're going to shoot, shoot.
Right away, Johnny. I was just trying to get the focus.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. And not bad, either. I'll be back in a minute, Frenchie. And don't worry none about those werewolves, because nothing's going to harm you while I'm around here.
You make Maxine feel so calm. My big, brave journalist.
This is my idea of nothing at all. Sitting here waiting for an animal to give us an argument. Look at that moon. And I had a date with Frenchie.
Oh, stop crabbing. We're supposed to solve a murder. You,
Big, brave journalist.
This is the first time I've ever been invited anywhere and asked not to shave until after I get there.
I wanted to observe your exact reaction when you tried the lotion.
Oh, now I understand.
I want this lotion to be perfect before turning it over to you to be marketed. Here.
It's a little strong. That'll make the customers think they're getting their money's worth. Oh, that feels great. Very soothing.
I don't think you ever use anything else.
Well, we wouldn't want to market anything we wouldn't use ourselves. That almost smells good enough to be used as a cologne. Oh, what's the matter, Doc? Can't you stand your own lotion?
I have a violent dislike for perfumes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, Tommy.
Good night, Doc.
Goodbye, Tommy.
What's that?
Where?
Over there, something's moving.
Come on out of there, whoever you are. What are you doing out here, Miss Heath?
I thought you might want some company. Shall we sit down?
You know, you shouldn't be wandering around the garden at night after what's happened.
Neither should you.
Well, but it's part of my job.
Mine, too. Roy was my brother. Be careful, I think it's Tommy.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Tommy.
darling.
What's up, sis?
Mr. Layton wanted to stay in the garden for a while, so I joined him.
So you don't believe it either?
I certainly do not. It's ridiculous.
But somebody or something killed your brother.
And I suppose you're working on the theory that the murderer always returns to the scene of the crime. If you'll take my advice, Mary, you'll leave these gentlemen to their vigil and go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. Good night.
Good night, Tommy. I don't think your brother likes my being here.
Oh, you mustn't mind Tommy. We're all terribly upset.
I know.
Tommy!
Come on.
But I'm telling you, McGetty, it was a bat. I saw it kill Tommy Heath.
Listen, Johnny, I want you and One Shot to come on home or I'll fire both of you.
I'm not coming home, and neither is One Shot. I'm keeping him here to get a picture of the devil bat. Say, that'll look great in the headlines. Devil bat strikes again.
Listen, don't tell me it had horns. Maybe I better send a wagon with the steel bars and the strong boys with the straitjackets.
Look, Joe, have I ever lied to you?
Plenty of times.
Well, I'm not lying this time. If it ever got out that I cooked up a fake story about a devil bat, I wouldn't be able to get a job on a country weekly. Print the story, Joe. So help me, it's on the level.
All right, I'll print it. But I won't believe it. Not till One Shot gets me a picture of that devil bat in action.
Don't worry, he'll get it. Goodbye. You, my friend, are going to get a shot of the devil bat in action.
Who, me? How?
Have you noticed there's a taxidermist shop in the village?
Well, you wouldn't suggest that I go out and stuff a bird, would you?
One Shot. To think that you'd even hint that I would suggest you have the village taxidermist build you a nice big bat for pictorial purposes. Besides, a bat isn't a bird, it's a mammal.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Where is this bird stuffing emporium? Oh, down on Cottage Grove Avenue. Now, here's the idea, Frenchie. You hang on to the bat till I get my camera set up. And when I raise my hand, you give the bat a good shove, and it'll swing out just like it's flying. Then I can get a swell picture from my boss. Get it?
Oui. I am wise, no?
No. But hang on to the bat until I raise my hand, huh?
Sherry, are you hurt?
Say, what's the idea of breaking up my devil bat? I'm going to make you pay for that.
And I'm going to take you to jail until you explain this. Come on.
You can't do this to me.
I'm doing it.
I was just conducting a little experiment, trying to find out how the devil bat does his killing.
I'm sure McGuire didn't intend doing anything wrong. He's just a little overzealous about his work.
Yeah, with the town in an uproar, and everybody terror-stricken, wondering whether he's going to be the next victim, I don't want any more trouble stirred up, even with an artificial bat.
You'd better get back to the hotel. I want to talk to the chief alone.
Is it all right, Chief?
Yeah, but be careful in the future.
Ever smelled anything like this before?
Well, yes. That's the same stuff that's been on every one of the devil bat's victims. Where'd you get it?
Found it in Don Morton's bathroom.
Find out where Morton got it?
No, I didn't want to arouse suspicion by asking questions till after it's been analyzed.
You think it has any connection with the murders?
That's the way it strikes me, but I can't figure out how.
I'll get the police chemist on it right away.
I'll snoop around, see if I can find out where Morton got it.
Well, it probably came from down at the Heath Cosmetic plant. I've men working on a theory of a disgruntled factory employee committing the crimes.
It's certainly more than coincidental that all the victims have been members of the Heath and Morton families.
Yeah. Looks like a plot to wipe them all out.
I wish the rest of them would leave town until this crime is solved.
You're worried about Mary, aren't you?
Well, yes. I've been urging her to leave, but she won't go without her father. And he insists on remaining here to help clear up the crime.
Worse than that, neither Heath nor Morton will let me give them a bodyguard.
I guess we'll just have to wait for something to break. Good night, Chief.
Good night, Chief.
Boy, have I got a picture that'll knock McGinty dead. Meet the devil bat.
Well, how about that wire? Looks as if the bat's on a flying trapeze.
Oh, but I'm not through working on it yet. See, I can touch this picture up so the bat will look like he's got nothing around him but nothing.
Okay, Rembrandt. You win.
This is your news commentator, Walter King. Tonight we're broadcasting from the little village of Heathville, where an alleged devil bat has claimed 3 victims during the past 6 weeks. You will note that I say alleged devil bat. That, ladies and gentlemen, is because your correspondent has been very skeptical from the start as to the existence of this horrendous creature. I have as my guest in the studio tonight Professor Percival Garland Rains, perhaps the world's greatest authority on animal life. I'm going to interview Professor Rains on the subject of the devil bat. Our radio audience may draw its own conclusions. Professor Rains, first let me ask you, point blank, do you believe that any such creature as the devil bat exists?
I do not.
He's got a nerve.
Quiet.
In the Dark Ages, when men and women lived in caves, there may have existed a bat of this size. But not in this day and age.
How do you account for the fact that Mary Heath, whose 2 brothers were victims of the devil bat, and a newspaper reporter, John Layton, claimed to have seen this amazing creature?
Sometimes under stress of excitement, our minds play tricks on us.
He's insinuating you saw the little bat.
But how about the picture of the devil bat published by Mr. Layton's paper?
I examined that picture under a powerful magnifying glass. I denounce it as a fraud. Whoever constructed the strange-looking monster forgot to remove a label from the silk used on its left wing. That label reads, "Made in Japan."
Put through a hurry call to Heathville. I want to talk to Johnny Layton. He's at the Heathville Hotel.
One guess who that is.
Yeah, McGinty.
Go ahead, pour it on.
So you slipped over a fake picture on me, huh? Well, you're fired, both of you. And I'll see to it that you never work on another newspaper as long as I live. Made in Japan. You tell One-Shot McGuire he ought to be snapped.
All right, so we're fired. But we're staying here just the same. I saw that bat.
We're gonna stay here till we catch that bat, and when we do, I'm gonna bring it in and stuff it down your throat. Goodbye.
Well, we're fired.
Mm-hmm. Again. That's him calling back to apologize. Now, you give him a good scare.
No use begging us to go to work for you again, McGinty. You fired us and we're staying fired. Oh, Mary, I thought it was somebody else.
Johnny, why did you make a joke of a tragic thing like this?
But it wasn't intended as a joke, Mary. I was only trying to get the news.
I suppose you call it getting the news when you arrange to print a picture that's a deliberate hoax that has the entire country laughing. A grand joke, Jaded.
But I can explain that picture.
Don't try, Johnny.
Made in Japan. I ought to skin you alive and nail your hide to a barn door.
Here's the chemist report on that shaving lotion.
We won't get anywhere until we identify it.
There's just one other man in this town that might be able to help us. Dr. Carruthers.
Yeah, Carruthers could help us. I found out he compounded that lotion.
Well, if you suspect Carruthers...
Maybe so. But here's something else I dug up. The Heath and Morton fortunes are based on a greaseless cold cream fortune.
Well, it's common knowledge that he sold out for cash when he could have had an interest in the firm.
Just the same, every victim had this stuff from his laboratory on him.
Maybe you've been working too hard on this case, Johnny.
I'd like to get his reaction on the stuff. If he denies knowing anything about it, we'll know there's a tie-up somewhere.
I think you're balmy. But just to show you that I'm following up every clue, we'll talk to him.
We'll, put this in another bottle, and without telling him we know he compounded it, ask him to analyze it.
Doc, I hope we're not upsetting your work barging in on you this way.
No, not at all. I'm anxious to help solve these crimes. All the victims were very dear friends of mine.
Here's a sample of the stuff young Morton and the two Heath boys had on them when they were attacked by the devil bat.
Of course, it doesn't make sense to me that a bird would choose only people using that particular stuff.
A bat is not a bird. It's a mammal.
Well, anyway, our police chemist couldn't break down one of the ingredients. We thought perhaps you could.
Why, the ingredient your chemist couldn't break down, I discovered years ago in Tibet.
How did you happen to put it in a shaving lotion?
Oh, the lamas use it in some of their religious rites as a perfume. The scent is very pleasant and can be imitated by competitors.
But what were Don Morton and the two Heath boys doing with the stuff?
Oh, it is the policy of our firm to try out any new product before marketing it.
Well, that knocks our theory into a cocked hat.
Yeah. We were hoping the unknown ingredient...
Changed it when making the analysis.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can do to help?
Tell me, did you hear Professor Raines on the radio last night?
Yes. It was very interesting and very asinine.
You mean you believe there is a devil bat?
Why not? You saw it, didn't you?
Well, sure I did. So did Mary.
Then why worry about what one scientist says?
That one scientist got me fired.
Oh, you mean your newspaper discharged you?
That's right.
Oh, that's too bad. Then you're believing Heathville before the mystery is solved.
I'm afraid not. I'm going to stay here and work with the chief.
Since you're going to stay here for a while, I would like you to try out a bottle of the new lotion and tell me how you like it. And you too, Chief.
No, not me, Doc. If my wife ever smelled perfume on me, she'd suspect me sure.
Well, Mr. Layton, I understand you are not married.
All right, I'll try it in the morning when I shave. I guess we better be going, Chief.
See you later, Doc.
So long, Dr. Crothers.
Goodbye, Mr. Layton.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Does that smelly shaving lotion put you to sleep?
Well, why'd you tell the doc you're going to use it if you think it's smelly?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was a little ashamed of ever suspecting the old duck.
Well, I like it, and I'm going to tell him so.
Midnight.
Midnight? Oh, there ain't no use of waiting around here any longer. This must be the bat's night off.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Get that camera ready.
You got him. Listen, Johnny, I'm going to cook that bird personally for McGinney, and I'll even stuff it myself.
Skeptical when I came to Heathville today to examine the body of this so-called devil bat. But after seeing it personally and making exhaustive research, I've arrived at the conclusion that the creature is the lone survivor of a type of giant bat which existed in great numbers during the early part of the Neolithic age. Perhaps I should explain for the benefit of some of our listeners that the Neolithic age is that period of antiquity commonly called the Stone Age.
Imbecile, bombastic ignoramus.
McGinty, but One Shot and I are not interested. At your prices. Of course, if there was a raise of, say, $30 plus a fat bonus, we might consider it.
You're hold-up men, both of you. I refuse to be robbed.
Have it your way, McGinty. Have it your way. But we have the bat's corpus delicti and the exclusive picture. Of course, I've got an eyewitness story that 2 syndicates are bidding for.
And don't forget, you got to pay us for the time we were fired.
That's better. Now you're talking, boss. Okay, we're working for you again. We'll gather up the loose ends and see you in a couple of days. Goodbye. Come in.
Hello, Johnny.
Well, Mary.
Johnny, I came to tell you that I'm sorry I said what I did the last time we talked. Do you suppose... well, I don't know how to say it, but...
I do.
Miss Heath, do you suppose that little French girl would apologize to me if I looked her up?
Positive she would.
end it, you will be even greater than your unfortunate predecessor. Enraged, aren't you? Fine. I'm enraged also. Tonight I shall call on Henry Morton, and you shall strike him down.
Henry, the lotion has turned out to be better than I had hoped. I want you to try it.
Well, just leave it here, Doc.
Smells good, doesn't it?
Yes, but isn't it too strong?
No, no, no. Evaporation quickly tones it down just to the right scent. Rub a few drops on your face.
Well, I'd rather wait until after I shave. Then my skin will be more tender and receptive to a lotion.
Just a little here. The texture of the skin there is always very delicate. I give you a few drops in your hand.
I hope you're right about that scent evaporating quickly.